Hello everybody and welcome back to Noel's Big Family Life. We just did our October monthly shopping haul yesterday, so check that out if you didn't check it out already. And I'm going to show you guys our freezer and pantry, our main freezer and our main pantry that we use. We do have a smaller one upstairs also, but this holds most of our food. So let's just kind of start over here. And this is a pantry that my husband built for me. He is quite handy. I have baking needs. I have some yeast, some baking powder, salt, and vanilla. And then here are my spices. Always some cinnamon, cream of tartar. That's more, we need that for like Play-Doh and stuff like that we make. And then some chili powder and cumin and Italian seasonings. And then some baking powder, some different noodles. Down here are some croutons and some nuts. And then I've got some pasta here. And then when you start, up top is just some of my stuff, like that's lunch supplies, that's canning stuff, more canning stuff. And then when we have company or the kids have a bunch of friends over, I like to have plastic stuff as far as the cups and like styrofoam plates are back behind that also, and I just like to have those for when we have a house full of people. And here are some Swiffers because those stay down here because that's what's used on the floor down here. Then we have oats. We have, I believe, 4 containers of oats. We will go through that, probably 3 of them in a month. And then I have some of the other oats here. These are the steel cut, some coconut sugar, some stevia, a couple boxes of cereal. We don't do a lot of cereal. That's more like snack type stuff here. A couple cake mixes. It looks like I've got 3 different chocolate cake mixes, and those are just, the kids can easily grab it and make one if they want. 1 bag of chocolate chips, some different marshmallows. These are for roasting marshmallows out on the fire. And then these are to make like Rice Krispie treats and things like that. Egg noodles, 2 bags of the cornbread stuffing mix. And that, all that is the dry breadcrumbs, and then I add my own everything to it. A variety of pickles, some pineapple crushed and in chunks, some different unsweetened applesauce. Somebody told me to make sure, because this actually has sugar in it, which I did not know. So I will have to be more careful on that. Coconut milk. Definitely love coconut milk. There's some brown sugar, some white sugar, and then a bunch of peaches. And peach pie filling is also back here. And this is stuff that I canned over the summer. Then in here, that's just a bunch of my canning stuff still. Some potatoes that didn't fit in my big baskets upstairs. And then when you go down here, it is flour and more sugar. Down on the bottom here, that's Tupperware lids. And in here is just a bunch of popcorn. As you can see in there. I actually prefer to make air popped, but my husband loves that. So we stocked up when we quit our subscription to Costco. We stocked up on theirs. Ketchup. I only have 1, so it looks like we'll be making our own. Mayonnaise and some Carolina Gold. That is the best barbecue sauce. A little bit of different nut butters and roasted red peppers. Some tuna. And some peanut butter. More nut butter up there. And some olive oil. Okay, and then the top shelf here, I have a bunch of rice. We definitely love rice. We are carb lovers at our house. So I have 2 bags of this, 1 bag here, and then some brown rice. And then we go into Luke's juices and some paper towels. Down here is my canned goods. So I do keep tomatoes. I did not grow near enough tomatoes this year in my garden to can my own of everything. So I do still have to buy this year, but the plan next year is to not have to buy the canned tomatoes. Some green chilies, more tomato products. That's for all, of course, the stews and soups and all the stuff like that, and the tomato sauce, or spaghetti and all that kind of stuff that we eat. Some chicken broth. I'm down to 1 of these. I do make my own, But just in case I don't have some and I need some in a hurry, I like to have those on hand. The beans, you guys just saw me buy all of these because I was out of all the white beans. You saw me buy all of that in the haul yesterday. Still have quite a bit of black beans and quite a bit of garbanzo beans. We love to make our own hummus and we love to roast them. We use chickpeas in so many things, so many things. Cranberry sauce. This is a Luke food. He loves jellied cranberry sauce. He eats that quite often. I'm down to 1 can of the mild chili beans. And then we have some canned green beans back there. Down here we got a lot of mushrooms. A few soups left here. Some cream of mushroom, chicken noodle, and tomato. I really don't use those very often at all. So I think they probably, I need to check the expiration date. That's how long I've had those. Some canned peas and carrots. We've really tried to move away from the canned, and so this stuff has kind of been here for a while because we're doing more frozen or fresh. But sometimes canned is honestly just what we can afford. Down here is all of my dried beans. I get comments about, well, you should just use dried beans. I do use them, but sometimes you forget to set them out and soak them overnight, so I'd like to have the choice of having some cans available. But I typically pick a bean a week and I will cook them up in my pressure cooker after they have soaked all night, and that is how we will typically do that. And over here is our mini fridge. Now we did just have my husband's birthday party, so there is a few wine coolers in here and some sparkling water. My stepson just moved back home, so he has some of his own drinks there that he brought. And then you see we have some milk, some almond milk, and quite a few eggs. Those will all be gone though by the end of the month. And now we're gonna move into our freezer. Our freezer is in the basement, and I just gone and show you a sneak peek here. My husband is building a bedroom for our my stepson, the oldest of ours, that has moved home. And he does everything that he can by himself. He'll be putting up drywall. Those of you that follow our vlogging channel, I will get all that for you tomorrow. Cannot wait to show you it all put together. But my husband does everything. He is learning everything. Car repair, anything and everything as part of our learning so that we can get to our homestead. But now here is our freezer. All right, so in the big freezer, you have up here is all the steamable bags that I bought. Yesterday, somebody did comment and say that I'm wasting so much money buying that, how convenient, the convenience foods. It's really not a waste of money to me, and I never get sleep being an autism mom, so I am all about it. If it saves me a little bit of time cutting up veggies and I'm actually saving money by buying them frozen, then you know what, it's all good for me. Some okra. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, some pearl onions. My cauliflower section. My husband is great at organizing everything. My freezer upstairs that I am in charge of, not so much. That's probably why I don't show it. Some cauliflower and broccoli here. More squash there. Some asparagus back there. Then we move into fish. We have some salmon, tilapia, and catfish. Pineapple. I had bought a ton of pineapple when they were super cheap this summer. Cut them all up and put them in bags to freeze. Then there is some blackberries. They're candy melts. That's for my husband when he decorates the cakes. There is some vegan chicken patties. That's for Ash, my vegetarian. One little thing of pizza rolls that have been there forever and ever. I don't even know. This is some homemade beef vegetable soup. I like to store that stuff, and this is just some hamburger. I like to have this kind of stuff ready to go for the days where there's not leftovers to send with my husband or the boys in their lunches. Up here, I have a bunch more of this in my freezer upstairs, but this is tomatoes from my garden that I've just cooked down, and then I freeze them. And I have, these are a few bags of like Asian style stir-fry vegetables. And some corn on the cob. This is our last bag of corn when I got a whole bunch of corn on sale, and I cut it all off the cob and blanched it and froze it. A big bag of cauliflower, some spinach here. This is great to throw into smoothies. We do that all the time. Soups, stews. I throw spinach into everything and anything I can. This is the veggie carrots spirals. Then you come down here and I have these little meals that I like to keep made up. So this one has like a chicken breast inside and some sweet potatoes. And then the big compartment's empty to like throw a salad together. Again, this is stuff that I like to have that I make and keep on hand for the days that I do not have a lunch to send with my husband or the boys, and I can just send it. There is some sausage patties. I have a big thing of chicken breast tenderloins, some sweet cherries, chopped kale, lots of broccoli. Again, this is I think that's Swiss steak that is ready for them for whenever. And some more mystery meat that I figure out what that is. And more of my tomatoes, Back here, this is rice. I like to keep rice froze too. And like I said, sorry, the camera was down, more tomatoes. And then you go down here, I have some steaks and sausages. I have a big bag of chicken. I have some cherry berry blend. And some more, oh, those are cranberries. I thought they were cherries. Cranberries. Big thing of blueberries. Back here, I have some ground pork. I have some ground chicken and ground turkey. Some raspberries. More broccoli. We got lots and lots of broccoli. And down here, some whole chickens, some more chicken, some hamburger. This is a drop of ice cream left in here. That's from the birthday parties. So are the leftover buns there. So we just threw those in the freezer. A couple roasts, some pork chops, some more chicken. And then down here is 2 big things of ribs and some cheese. And that is it for my freezer and pantry tour. If you guys want to see it again at the end of the month before I go shopping for November, then make sure you let me know down below. And if you want to continue to see more hauls and tours of the pantry and freezer, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'll see you guys tomorrow.